Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be doing some crystal ball gazing, trying to figure out what Apple might be cooking up for iOS 19. Now, of course, this is all speculation for now. Nothing's official yet. But we've got some interesting whispers from the tech world, a speculative analysis document, and even some YouTube wish lists out there. So we're going to try to connect the dots and see what picture emerges. Think of it as your early intel on the future of your iPhone.
Yeah, it's kind of like being tech detectives. We've got these little clues, these hints about what might be coming, and we're trying to piece together the bigger picture.
Exactly. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, AI. It's everywhere these days, and it seems like Apple is planning to make it a cornerstone of iOS 19. One of the biggest areas of speculation is Siri. Imagine a Siri that understands you so well it can handle multiple requests at once. You could say, Siri, book a dinner reservation for tonight and text my friends to see who's free, and it would actually just do it.
That's what we call multi-step commands. And it's something that AI researchers have been working on for a while now. The challenge is getting the AI to understand the context of your requests and how they relate to each other. But if Apple can pull it off, it would be a huge step forward for Siri.
Yeah, I can already imagine all the ways I could streamline my life with a super-powered Siri. But it gets even wilder. The document also mentions the possibility of generative AI features right on your phone. Think ChatGPT, but built into iOS.
This is where things get really interesting. Imagine having access to powerful text generation coding assistants, maybe even AI-powered art tools, all on your phone. It would be like having a creative studio in your pocket. Of course, this raises questions about how much processing power is needed and whether these features would be available offline or require constant internet connection.
Good point. And speaking of things that might get a little creepy, let's talk about personalization. AI could be used to tailor your iPhone experience to a level we've never seen before. It can suggest apps, curate content, even anticipate your needs based on how you use your phone.
There's a fine line to walk here, isn't there? On the one hand, it could be incredibly convenient to have your phone work so seamlessly with you. But on the other hand, it could feel invasive or even manipulative if it goes too far. Apple will need to be very careful about how they implement these features and make sure users feel in control of their data and their experience.
Absolutely. All right, let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that's getting a lot of buzz. Augmented reality, or AR. Apple just released their Vision Pro headset, and it looks like iOS 19 might bring some major AR upgrades to the iPhone as well.
Yes, the document mentions a new version of ARKit, Apple's developer toolkit for creating AR experiences. ARKit 6.0, as it's rumored to be called, could give developers even more tools to create immersive and engaging AR apps. This could mean anything from better AR games to more practical applications like AR navigation or virtual try-on experiences for online shopping.
Hold on, stop right there. You're saying I could try on clothes virtually using my iPhone. Like, see how those jeans actually look on me before I buy them.
That's one of the possibilities that's being discussed. Imagine pointing your phone at your feet and seeing different shoes appear, or trying on a new jacket without ever leaving your house. It could revolutionize online shopping.
Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing. But wouldn't all this AR stuff drain my battery like crazy?
That's a valid concern, and it's something that Apple will need to address. They've been making strides in power efficiency with their chips, but AR can be demanding on hardware.
Well, here's hoping they figure that out, because AR navigation sounds pretty amazing. Imagine walking down the street and seeing directions overlaid right on your camera view, guiding you to your destination. No more fumbling with your phone while trying to cross the street.
That's the promise of AR, to seamlessly blend the digital and physical worlds in a way that enhances our lives. But as with any powerful technology, there are potential downsides to consider.
And I bet you're going to tell us all about those right after this quick word from our sponsors.
One of the biggest concerns with AR, especially as it becomes more integrated into our lives, is privacy. Imagine walking down the street and having your phone constantly scanning your surroundings and collecting data about the places you go, the people you interact with, even the things you look at.
Yeah, that is a bit unsettling, to be honest. It feels like we're already giving up so much of our privacy in the digital age. How can we be sure that AR won't just make things worse?
It's a valid concern, and one that Apple will need to address head-on. The good news is that they seem to be taking privacy seriously. The analysis document mentions several potential features designed to give users more control over their data, especially in the context of AR.
So what kind of features are we talking about? Can you give us some specifics?
For example, imagine being able to set specific boundaries for AR apps. You could say, this app can only access my location data when I'm using it for navigation. Or this app can only use my camera when I'm actively trying on clothes.
That would be great. I hate it when apps just have access to everything on my phone. It feels like a huge invasion of privacy. But what about all the data that's already being collected? What's Apple doing to protect that?
The document mentions the expansion of end-to-end encryption to even more services like iCloud backups. You can think of this like putting your data in a super secure lockbox that only you have the key to open.
Okay, that makes sense. So even if someone managed to hack into iCloud, they wouldn't be able to see my data without the key. That's reassuring. But let's be real, hackers are getting smarter all the time. Is there anything else Apple is doing to stay ahead of the curve?
Interestingly, the document suggests that AI itself could be used as a tool for privacy protection. Imagine your iPhone using AI to analyze your app activity and alert you to any suspicious behavior, like an app trying to access your data when it shouldn't be.
Whoa, that's kind of mind-blowing. It's like having a digital bodyguard for your data. Okay, I'm feeling a bit more optimistic about the privacy implications of all this new technology.
It's important to be aware of the risks, but it's also exciting to see how companies like Apple are exploring ways to mitigate those risks and empower users to protect their privacy.
Speaking of empowering users, let's talk about another area where Apple seems to be making some big changes: health. It's no secret that they've been pushing hard into the health space with Apple Watch and their various health apps, but it sounds like iOS 19 could take things to a whole new level.
Yes, the analysis document mentions some very ambitious goals, including the possibility of non-invasive blood glucose and blood pressure monitoring directly from your iPhone.
Wait, really? You're telling me I might one day be able to check my blood sugar without pricking my finger? That would be a game changer for millions of people with diabetes.
That's the idea, although it's important to note that this is still very much in the realm of speculation. There are a lot of technical challenges to overcome, and it's not clear how accurate these measurements would be. But if Apple can pull it off, it would be a major breakthrough.
It's incredible to think that our iPhones might one day become these comprehensive health hubs, helping us manage everything from chronic conditions to mental well-being. But let's not forget about all the fun stuff, too. iOS 19 is also rumored to bring some exciting updates to the user interface. One of the things I'm most excited about is the possibility of more home screen customization options.
Yes, it seems like Apple is finally giving users more control over how their home screens look and feel. The analysis document suggests a wider range of widgets, more layout flexibility, and even the ability to customize the look and feel of app icons.
I love that. I've always been a bit envious of Android users who have so much freedom to personalize their home screens. It's about time Apple caught up in this area.
It's all about making the iPhone feel more personal and expressive, and I think that's a positive direction.
Okay, we've talked a lot about the big flashy features, but let's not forget about the little things that can make a big difference in our daily lives. One area where I'm hoping to see some improvements is the way our Apple devices work together.
Ah, yes, the Apple ecosystem. It's one of Apple's strengths, but there's always room for improvement. The analysis document hints at some exciting upgrades to Universal Control, which already lets you seamlessly use your iPhone's keyboard and mouse with your Mac and iPad.
Imagine being able to effortlessly hand off tasks between devices. You could be working on a document on your Mac, then seamlessly transfer it to your iPad to continue working on the go, and then pick it up again on your iPhone when you're on the move. No more emailing files to yourself or messing around with cloud storage.
That's the dream, isn't it? A truly seamless workflow across all your devices. And it looks like Apple is moving in that direction.
And speaking of dreams, we can't forget about the wish lists. We've got a whole treasure trove of ideas from YouTube tech enthusiasts who are hoping to see some specific features in iOS 19. Ready to dive into those?
Absolutely. Let's hear what the people want.
Okay, so we've talked about AI taking over the world and, trying on virtual clothes with our iPhones. But there are a few more wish list items that really caught my eye. One YouTuber suggested a feature for super smooth multitasking between your iPhone and other Apple devices.
Yeah, it sounds like an expansion of what Universal Control already offers. What's fascinating here is how it could change the way we work.
Exactly. Imagine you're working on a presentation on your Mac and need to run out the door. With this feature, you could seamlessly transfer the presentation to your iPhone and pick up right where you left off. No more emailing files to yourself or fumbling with cloud storage.
It would be a huge productivity boost. You could start a task on one device, continue it on another, and finalize it on a third, all without missing a beat. It really emphasizes a seamless workflow.
I'm already dreaming of a world where I can move between my devices as easily as I move between rooms in my house. Okay, this next one is a bit more, out there. The YouTuber demonstrated a concept for split screen multitasking on the iPhone. Like having two apps open side by side.
That would be a significant change to the iPhone's interface. It works well on the iPad with its larger screen, but I wonder how practical it would be on the iPhone.
Right. I mean, how much could you really get done with two tiny app windows? But hey, maybe Apple could figure out some clever design tricks to make it work. Maybe a resizable split screen or a picture-in-picture mode that lets you watch a video while working on something else.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it seems like users are craving more flexibility and customization. They want to be able to use their iPhones in ways that suit their individual needs and workflows.
Absolutely. And speaking of individual needs, gamers out there have been clamoring for a dedicated gaming mode on the iPhone.
This makes a lot of sense given the rise of mobile gaming. A dedicated mode could optimize performance, prevent notifications from interrupting gameplay, and even offer features like screen recording and live streaming.
It would be a clear sign that Apple is taking mobile gaming seriously. Imagine being able to block all calls and messages while you're in the middle of a heated match. No more rage quits because your mom called at the worst possible moment.
And perhaps it could include integration with game controllers for an even more console-like experience. That would be a huge win for mobile gamers.
Okay, last but not least, let's talk about something that could make life a lot easier for everyone who texts with Android users. A lot of people are hoping Apple will finally embrace RCS messaging.
Right now, texting between iPhones and Android phones is like traveling back in time to the era of flip phones. No read receipts, no typing indicators, just plain old green bubbles.
It's embarrassing. RCS would bring iPhone messaging into the modern era and create a much better experience for everyone. No more wondering if your message went through or if the other person is ignoring you.
It would also allow for higher quality media sharing between iPhones and Androids. No more blurry photos or compressed videos. Imagine sending a full-resolution image to your friend without having to worry about whether they have an iPhone or not.
So Apple, if you're listening, please make this happen. Okay, we've covered a ton of ground in this deep dive into the future of iOS 19. From AI-powered assistants to AR shopping experiences and improved privacy controls. It's clear that Apple has some big plans for the iPhone. And who knows, maybe they'll even surprise us with a few features we haven't even thought of yet.
The key takeaway here is that the future of the iPhone is all about personalization, integration, and user empowerment. It's about giving users more control over their devices, their data, and their digital lives.
It's been an exciting journey exploring all these possibilities, and we hope you've enjoyed the ride. As always, we want to hear your thoughts. What features are you most excited about? What are your biggest hopes and fears for the future of the iPhone?
Share your comments below, and let's continue the conversation. The future of the iPhone is in our hands, and it's up to us to shape it in a way that benefits everyone.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring the ever-evolving world of technology.